I walked by just strolled by a YouTube channel called kt123456, and she was talking about, and well, actually, it's titled "Tracking Devices, Tracking Device GPS in Kids," and she was talking, speaking in favor of it, assuming that if you implant a GPS device or tracking chip inside a child, that if someone takes the child, then you can go ahead and find the child. Well, there's a slight problem with that, is that they assume that the people implanting the chips and the people who have the data controlling that chip are on the up and up, and that there's nothing to fear from the government. But the problem is that if you read the reports from England and in UK from these various different human trafficking groups, what you'll find is that you'll often find a lot of government people involved in child sex trafficking. And this GPS chip will make it much easier for them to find, track, and capture the people they want, particularly the children that they want. They'll know who is left alone more often than not, because most cell phones that parents keep around also have GPS tracking on them, and so as soon as they see the adult is gone from the house, they can actually track this. They can track when the adult is gone from the house, where they are, and know how long the child's been left alone for. And the thing is that this provides the GPS in children, and this includes whether it's on the cell phone or not, the GPS tracking, cell phone, implant, whatever. If there's a GPS locator on the person, you are very easy to find by people who you do not want to find you. This information, the GPS information, is not private. It's not protected. It's been hacked. And just as easily as your friends or parents can find you, so can predators. So the question is are you improving safety when you implant a tracking device, a GPS tracking device? And the answer is no. The person hasn't been, the safety of the person hasn't been increased. Most child traffickers and the predators, particularly the predators, the traffickers know how to get around it, because they actually will have equipment, because the equipment will be out there that will change and disable the tracking device. Predators who use this aren't going to keep the child around for long. It is well known within the behavior analysis community, within the CSI units, that within 48 hours, if you do not find the child within 48 hours, more likely than not, they're dead. In other words, predators are, as they are in the animal world, they hunt to kill. They take what they want, and then they kill the person. And that's usually within 48 hours. And a tracking device will give them an advantage over the police and the other people who need to go and get warrants. And a tracking device will not circumvent the need for the police to get a warrant. These laws have to change. I think it changed to sort of allow. Not really, and again, the Constitution prevents this, because once again, it's not as if the government is innocent and does not use tracking in unreasonable searches for its own particular political purposes. If it were sort of on the up and up all the time, there would be no issue. But because this is not the case, then there is an issue with GPS tracking in terms of the actual safety, the reality of safety with GPS tracking is non-existent. There is no safety. There is no extra safety margin. As a matter of fact, any tech person who knows their tech stuff will tell you that if you do not want to be found, I'm talking by strangers and predators, then don't have a GPS tracking device on you, whether it's a cell phone or an implanted chip. And this is particularly true for kids. And I tell kids all the time, don't put your last name, don't put identifying information on any of your or social websites, even though they ask you to. You know, even create a fake name, create a fake address, give a fake phone number. You know, if that information is input into a system, they're not going to hack the person's account. The predator's not going to hack the person's account. If the person's a good predator, they're going to hack. They're going to hack Hotmail. They're going to hack Gmail directly. They can bypass the person's page by going through the account. They're hacking Google or whatever server it is directly. And as soon as you're on the server, you have access to everybody's account, including their passwords. So, as I said, personal information needs to be a minimum on the internet if you want to protect your own personal privacy, and particularly for kids, in terms of internet safety. And ironically, some of the laws that require kids to have full ID on them and parent and guardian signatures have just exposed themselves to predators required by law. So this is something that really needs to be said, and I said there is no. You actually put the person more at risk if you have the GPS tracking these various devices on them. You don't reduce the risk. The risk, you increase the risk. All right, take it easy.